Hey there, team. So this is a battle from over a month ago now, actually, and it's a defense of the Hornburg, which is quite rare for me to actually be on the defending side. I think I am a better attacker, and I'm definitely a lot more comfortable in the attacking role. It's less stressful than being a defender. You can always have the ability to just stop, but whereas with the defender, you're very much just trying to react to whatever the attacker does most of the time, unless you're quite proactive. But playing as Cardlin, up against, well, not up against, alongside Bella playing as Harad. Now, the reason I didn't do this battle originally is because it made me feel a little bit queasy. Now, we'll get into that when we begin, but I just kind of wanted to, well, when various things happen, I do definitely have a few questions, because I would like to know how to counter a few things, just in case they ever happen again. As always with with the Hornburg in its current state, a lot of people end up spawning right here, but we're not seeing too many corpses, which is good. Yeah, usually you end up getting like a little mosh pit there during the initial few seconds of the deployment phase before the attacking armies end up deploying in the right places. But no, nobody suffered too heavily from that. I'll run through the attacking armies first, because they have all finished their deployment. Up in front of us here, we've got a Gothmog playing as Angmar with 2 units of Barrow Whites. Over to his right, he's got some Snaga Stalkers pushing the Ram. Won't really mind if we pot shot them to pieces with arrow fire. Gundabad Guard, some Gundabad Guard on the left flank too. Up at the front, some Halberdiers. Blackwatch Legion there. Find them some more Blackwatch Legion. Blackguard, of course, and the Witchers are in the back there. And the Hammer Guard, no armor upgrade for them today. Trolls of Angmar and Trolls of Gundabad mixed in together with each other. That's why I was a bit confused for a second. To his right, he has Rune by J Rose. So we've got 2 Baltroth Tribesmen, no armor upgrade for them. Some Lok Narem, some Eastron Crossbows, 2 units off them. Then a lot of siege towers, but I guess you don't really know where you're going to deploy, so you might have been wanting to use these as a defense. Some Lok Gamp Rim there, some Flag Rim. What's this here? Some Flag. Oh no, some Dragon's Wrath crossbows there. Some more Gamp Rim on that side. Gamp Rim and 2 Sounder. Very high quality army, I would say, from J Rose. Which is, it's always good to have one of the attackers bringing some real quality to the field. But I didn't see any Camels Chosen mixed in amongst them. And we've got some elites of our own, so you need to know you've got something to answer that. I'm going completely the wrong way. It's over here. And we have Isengard. I always like, if I'm on the attack, even though Isengard is never one of my favourite factions, whenever I'm attacking the Hornburg, I always like there to be one Isengard army. It just feels right. We've got some Uruk-hai Reavers here. To their left, some Uruk-hai Raiders. Some more Uruk-hai Raiders there. In the back, some Pikes and Nazhai. The Trolls of the White Hand here. And there must be some things hiding. Yeah, definitely. So that's the 3 attackers that we have. And now moving on to our forces. It's a bit of a hodgepodge. But we'll be able to point things out, I'm sure. The Trollmen of Harad up the front there, some Hashari Shadows. Some more Trollmen. Haradrim Spears, just to take a bit of a beating. I've got 2 units of Garrison Footmen there. In front of them, some Minheriath Archers. We've got a Beast Tamers unit there. The Gwathlo Trackers. I just wanted to really pack a lot of archers. I really never take the Gwathlo Trackers. Not that I have anything really against them, it's just not a unit I choose. Demons of the Desert there with some more Haradrim Spears. And more Beast Tamers. Some Bandits. Southron Pikes. You're seeing some Dismounted Serpent Guard there with an armor upgrade. Some more Bandits. Some more Demons of the Desert, 2 units of them. A Catapult. And I think you're seeing a unit of my Bandits mixed in. Yep. Up on the wall already, I've got some Sharpshooters and some Minheriath Archers there. inside of the main keep, we have some Mummikill and some Dundee captains, some gatekeepers up on top of the gate, and some Menheriath spears and swords. This is where I've got my Wardens of Tir and Gorthad as well, and some Thieves of Tharbad, along with the Tharbad Warhammers. So as you can see, you know, as I said before, you know, we've got a lot of elite units dotted around, and I'm not seeing enough elite infantry from the enemy to counter these guys. My Hearthguard of Amon Sul, that's where I've packed my general in today. The gatekeepers have spread very wide. Yeah, I tried to do that, just spread them all, so got a nice long line there. And the champions of Nafran behind them. I've got Cat crying at my feet. I'm hoping she'll just snuggle up and go to bed, but I think she's refusing. Menheriath men-at-arms there in the back. And some more Beast Hunters and Hashari Stalkers, and that's us. So we've got a lot of body piercing, a lot of throwing weapons, which is kind of what you want in a siege. Now, we had just come, well, a few of us anyway, had just come off a rather disappointing Hornburg siege that didn't end. Unfortunately, some people ended up leaving the game, so we really wanted to have a fight for this, for the Deeping Wall. I think that's what it's called anyway. You know, they wanted to take it and I wanted to hold it. So that's why I'm deploying at least half of my army outside here. And kind of hoping Bella would too, but no, that's fair enough. So as for actually, I decided to start the recording here just to talk about why I did this really, but yeah, I guess mixing up a lot of men-at-arms here. I know I can go my men-at-arms can go toe-to-toe with most of these Orc infantry that's arrayed in front of me. The Urukai infantry would definitely hurt me, for sure. But backed up by crossbow fire, and I've even got my Tharbad Warhammers mixed in there too, to answer to anything really special that pops their way up. Menheriath archers are not actually too disappointing in melee, and so they can hold their own. And some more men-at-arms there on the right. So this is, I'm pretty confident that I can hold this wall for a while and really do some damage through these Gwathel trackers. As I said, it's just something that happens at the start of the game. We'll be getting all that fixed in the hotfix, I'm sure. And my Thieves of Tharbad there too. This was one of the first times, because I say this was a month ago, this was one of the first times that I'd really made use of the new bandits with their throwing weapons, and it's something I've always really, I just like the idea of using bandits in my Cardlin army, and now that they do have javelins, it gives me a very good reason to use them. I just kind of wish their melee stats were slightly better, but I know why they're not. So oh good, this is just starting, but their hope there is to just throw some javelins on anything that forms up. My archers, I know that these guys are going to be getting engaged in melee pretty soon, so I'm not really too worried about conserving their ammunition. I want to make sure that they do actually manage to fire every shot. So I'm not just going to be having them set on fire at the whole time, but I really just wanted them to unload some shots. So even though I am just, you know, kind of uselessly striking away at these Barrow-wights, it's something. Actually, that's very inaccurate fire. Yeah, like I thought the fire was a bit more accurate than that. Yeah, that was just, I'm just wasting my arrows, I'm afraid. And I realised that, so I did stop them after that. Cool. The sharpshooters, I saw that they were going to be moving into this part of the wall, and I didn't want my sharpshooters just hammering their maces into Barrow-wights for half the game, so I pulled them off the walls in order to just fire up against them and move the Thieves of Tharbad into place. So the Thieves, of course, they're AP in melee, they're very highly skilled. I find them to be a perfect opponent for the Barrow-wights. The Ram is moving up into place, ready to bust open that wall. That wall, sorry, the main gate. But as for the rest of his army, okay, good, no, it is coming in now, Gothmog is moving. What about this force? No, just hanging back. As I say, he is the closest here, so he's probably just wanting his allies to move up a bit closer first. Because you really don't want to start the attack when Rune or with your third force all the way back here. Because by the time he gets here, all of your units are already gone. And he's running. You see, this is, there's no... You're under no time limit. Like, you can just take your time. There's no need to be running and exhausting yourself. It does allow us to see a few more other units, of course. So we've got the Guildsmen here, the Shadow Guard. So they can definitely go toe to toe with some of our better units. But still, I'm looking for the Camel's Chosen, and I'm just not seeing it. Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, it's... you can go for elites, or you can just go for a quality approach all across your army, and that's sort of what he's done here. You know, there's no unit of fodder in this army, really. And when you've got 2 orc allies, that's not a bad idea. Just to really go for a quality approach all the way through. And have I started firing at anything? No, I've not. See, because we've almost got these raiders in range. And although they are fodder, it's not a bad use of your ammunition. They need to go down. They do need to get, well, they need to die. And he's waiting now. Interesting. Okay, this is kind of because, as I say, I played this battle about a month ago, so I'm kind of not too sure what's going on a lot of the time. Well, don't remember. New guildsmen. Yeah, I wanted to use them to check them out. As I say, with an armor upgrade, I'm always going to give mercenaries the armor upgrade just because I love how they look with it. And generally, if a unit can get an armor upgrade, I will give it to them just because I think it makes them a fair bit more effective. And of course, the D&D captains have their armor upgrade as well. I think this is the only unit of mercenaries I have. Yeah, I just it's good AP. A lot of Angmar units have some good armor. I was worried about some of the armor that the Uruk-hai could bring to the field as well, and even Rune, with all of his golden boys, are quite nicely wrapped up. So thieves, they're hiding there. Of course he knows they're there, he saw them marching up. But, so, they have begun battering down the gates, and, yeah. As I say, like, you can start seeing why I was a little unsure about this battle. But hey, whatever happens, happens. We'll probably go a bit faster now, just as everybody's moving into place. Because those barrow whites, they're not too far off, but it'll take a few more minutes to get up. And the Mumakil have charged out of the gate now. The gate is broken, but of course, when Mumakil die, they are still an object. They're still a blockage on the field. So with Helm's Deep, all you need to have happen is to have one Mumakil die somewhere near this gate or somewhere along this pathway, and yeah, like these two right here, if these two died, or even one of them died right now, that would block the pathway entirely. So instead of having 2 places to defend, we only have 1. But yeah, this is now I'm sure I've not played a Helm's Deep match since this game, but now I'm sure people will have wisened up to this and hopefully banned Harad or banned Mumakil from these games, just to, or at least on the defense. Do what you want on the attack. But yeah. So he's just brought them there. I guess there's no point in throwing up his barrow whites if there's nobody else to fight alongside them. Uruk-hai Raiders here. I'm more than happy for the Uruk-hai Raiders to go toe-to-toe with my men-at-arms. There's a chunk open on this wall here. I've got my men-at-arms on this side too. Again, Raiders, they're going to get minced. I'm happy enough for that fight. And the bandits, again, bandits mainly there for their javelins, but they're not going to fall away in melee. They're not good, but they're not going to fall away. So I've got them to answer to these guys.
We must repel them.
Because even if a few of them die, I've still got those javelins. Ooh, I need to shuffle you guys around. Come on. Barrow-wights are starting to pack themselves up now. That's when I've only got one unit of thieves. I should have put up another unit now to just fight alongside them, because the issue is here, they're packing down there, and there's gonna be situations where there's 5 Barrow-wights fighting one thief, whereas here it's a lot better for them, cutting these Barrow-wights apart, and we're loving it. But I need some fodder over here just to pack out this position, and that was definitely a failing of mine. You know, I've got these bandits that could be put up there. Yeah, I should have moved something. The Mumikil have actually not suffered any losses where they need to, and they're sort of just running riot right now, which this is great. If this is what you want to bring, Mumikil, I'm all for it. I really am. Because this is something that, you know, the enemy are not going to be bringing things to counter it probably, and you're going to really rack up damage. That's I think that's a legitimate strategy. But we're now moving the Mumikil back into position to be blockages. So I do get the men-at-arms over here because I do see what's going on, and as soon as I get the men-at-arms over there, it's going quite well for me now. Oh, there was a little stop in the climbing there. I love that they hold their arms up as if they've got shields. But no, over on this side though, we are cutting through these guys quite nicely. Not really losing too many thieves, but losing a handful. The way I kind of felt was if I could lose this unit of thieves, but deal with both units of Barrow-wights, that's a fine trade for me. It means that they don't have the Barrow-wights to just soak up damage later on. These Uruk-hai raiders, though, have managed to climb up here without any adversary. So the only thing I've got are these Starbad Warhammers. Now I've got a big, I've got quite a big thing for using my elites quite early on in siege battles. I know there's a lot to be said for saving them, and most people do save them to be used later, but I just like to get my elite unit stuck in against a unit of cheap fodder like this, because I can just cut through with really taking minimal damage. Now of course I'd love it if these guys were armoured up, and it would have been much better if these were the Dunedain captains, but hey, we're you know, this is what we've got going on, and if these Flagram end up coming up there, then that's exactly what I want. These Uruk-hai raiders have done a bit better, but I'm kind of searching around for a shot right now. Something of a waste firing at the backs of those Uruk-hai raiders. But the archers, if I'd taken the archers back here, lined them up, that's a good target for them. I don't know why I'm not doing that. So, what we got going on now? 3 to 13. A lot of goblins have been stomped by these Mumikil. And what are they in there? No, they're still standing. But as I say, they're just sort of in blocking position now. So they know the only way to get up now is through the deeping wall. My bandits throwing themselves up now. They actually still have ammunition. I was having a lot of trouble using it, but I just felt I need to break this unit. So if I break this now, I can just have these bandits swarm in, and we can wipe them out before anything else manages to climb up. And also, if I can break that, I can turn these guys around here and try to break the side of this. Good. You see, so this is crossbow fire, which it's not really what you want to be using. You know, you don't want to be killing Uruk-hai raiders with crossbows, but I just needed something to offset this, the weakness that the bandits have here against us. And I managed to break them. Come in from, oh wait, have I got 3 units bandits? No, this unit's, I guess I gave the order for them to charge this way and just half the guys decided to do it immediately. Far too many of them get out alive though. I really would have liked that to go off a bit better, because that's still 58 guys are still escaping. wasted a crossbow volley there, which is wasting more crossbow fire. Stop. Oh wait, oh that's archers. I'm not too worried about that. Yep, still, so they'll come back, I suspect. There's over 50 of them, I suspect they'll come back, but I would have liked to have cut them down to about maybe 20, so then I'm just not worried about them. Over here though, we've got more Uruk-hai Raiders. It's really kind of cool to see a horde version of the Uruk-hai forces. We're seeing, I just spotted that Uruk-hai infantry though. The Narem, this is a good position. This is quite clever from them. Oh, yep, he's coming right into my Dunedain Rangers. Yeah. Ow. I really love the Cardinal Dunedain Rangers. I think it looks so good. So I spread them out. It's just, this is a kind of dicey situation where I want him to use up his ammunition, but I don't want him to use up his ammunition on the Dunedain Rangers. So yeah, I kind of flapped for a bit. I didn't want to use their shots right now, so I just had them hug against the wall, spread out, hug against the wall, and hopefully he'll keep shooting at them, and he'll just get very inaccurate shots. But no, he's smart enough to avoid that. Men-at-Arms striking away at some Uruk-hai Raiders, and yeah, you can see. So this is the issue with this now. They just can't push through. It's just a block. Some guys are managing to worm their way through, but it's nothing that can actually do anything now. This unit is, I think, I don't know what's bugged him out, but hey. And even if they did, whatever they did manage to break through, we've got men here that can hold it back. Gundabad Guard have jumped on up now to join the Barrow-wights. Things have kind of turned a bit now because of the arrival of the Gundabad Guard and the flag rim from the other side. Now suddenly, where I was clomping people, I am now being surrounded. Thieves of Tharbad, of course, they're fine. They're going to fight to the end. But my men-at-arms, I'm kind of more scared about that. Now I need to get my sharpshooters firing into this blob. That is where they should be getting used. Bandits, I think I've just used up all my bandits' ammunition, so now they are just manpower that I can use. So I'm just throwing them into the side here. The AP that the flag rim bring to bear will not really be too worthwhile against the... Oh, no, they do have javelins. Yeah, you see, this is what I was trying to... I don't know. I had a lot of trouble using their ammunition. I think it is because they're not really a dedicated skirmisher unit. They're they throw before charging. So it's there's a lot of situations where they kind of try to throw, aren't able to throw, and just charge in. I do spot my opportunity though, and I start opening fire with my crossbows. This is why I wanted to hold the demon wall. You know, there's no defences on this side, so it's a perfect shot. To something like this, nice and grouped up, and just mincing them. Flagrim are not fodder at all. Now the issue with using your elites early on is they do start to lose their hit points, and they are going to be going down. But up against Uruk-hai Reavers, they just don't have the skill to do much to my Warhammers. They will still be picking away at them though, down to 58. Had to get something fancy to this and just to scare them off. I don't like using pikes on walls, but they're loving it right now. We're doing okay. And over on this side, yeah, the Uruk-hai Raiders are struggling. Ooh, we're seeing more fire arrows coming in. I think it's coming in from Menheriath archers. Really not too worried about that. Nicely armoured, overhead shots coming in, and they've got a shield. This is how I want them to use their ammunition. You know, of course I want to use these guys at melee later, but no, better they hit them than just about anything else. Uruk-hai infantry now coming in. This is going to be an issue. The actual first unit of quality, and I don't have my men-at-arms over here. Got my Tharbad Warhammers right there. They are definitely going to be wanting to mince into some Uruk-hai infantry, but I need to have something to hold this position. Flag Rimmers, their morale is held very nicely actually. So they've done quite well, but they are very low in numbers now. Used up a lot of my crossbow ammunition though. What are we up to here? Up to 12 for 30 now. But that's always going to happen in the early stages of a siege. Ooh, bandits. Yep, again, just fanning about trying to get my... Oh no, they're routing properly now. Yeah, so they have been minced in melee by the Gundabad Guard and the flag rim. But yes, you see, this is where it gets scary because their back is free now. They can grab these Gundabad Guard and throw them into my Tharbad Warhammers. And that means that they can no longer just focus entirely on the Guardians of Khardun. Guardians of Khardun definitely do not want to be striking and breaking into the armor off, but they're some good quality. They can definitely hurt me. I've got these sharpshooters out of ammunition now. They're going to come in, and I love sharpshooters in melee. You know, that's one of my favourite reasons to take them in Harriet sharpshooters, just because I can rely on them afterward. You've got to throw something kind of decent at them in order to take them out in melee. Oh, bunched around. They're fighting, but it's a bit of an obscure fight. But yeah, 2 units of AP just striking into each other is definitely, they're going to be hurting each other real bad. Not many thieves left. There's 31, you know. We're going to be doing some damage. Then we haven't brought any artillery to the field today, which is quite rare. They were allowed to, it was 1 artillery piece per side. But what I find is always a risk when you're attacking on Helm's Deep, and I've done this myself once, it was stupid of me, taking out this section of wall. Because you take out that section of wall, you can no longer use this door. And this, you take out that section of wall, the defenders are laughing, because you can no longer use that door which accesses here, which that's 1 less place they need to defend. So suddenly, you know, main gate, this door, and here, this passageway, they no longer have to worry about this door, and cuts it down to 2. And in our case, it would have cut it down to 1. Guardians of Khardun have pushed in, and they're doing quite well. And what they've done here is they've split my unit in half. Now the fear with this is, say if I wanted to pull these Tharbad Warhammers back now, which I actually tried to do, because things are going badly now, they're actually moving in their units of quality. You're seeing the Isengard infantry minced by bandits. No question there. I pulled back my garrison footmen as well, and I'm starting to fall back. Over here, I'm just about broken. Urukai infantry are going to be able to do some good work against my men at arms, especially when they outnumber them by this much, by almost 100. It's this is time to fall back, but because he split my Tharbad Warhammers in half, I can't give them the order to retreat back, because the unit is going to have to come back in 2 different ways. So this is a lot of Tharbad Warhammers that are going to go down here. A few of them are trying to fight their way back here because I've given them the order to retreat. You can see only a few of them have. These were the guys that were able to sort of get around before. But yeah, the unit has kind of been bugged out a bit, and I don't want to just waste them by trying to run them around. So it is a final, it's a hopefully heroic last stand up against these orcs and Urukai from either side. I think they're probably all orcs and Urukai, and they'll give as good as they get, but this is definitely not cost effective. It's not cheap units they're taking out of course, but yeah. These sharpshooters as well, they're out of ammunition. I'm comfortable losing them. They've paid for themselves. A lot of dead thieves, but I think I maybe get my thieves out. Yes, you can see I run my thieves up through here, and I've managed to empty everything out from Deacon Wall. All in all, you can see it starts to, when you have to fall back to your next level, that's when the attackers start to pull the percentages back. You know, we're down to 20, well, we're up to 21 to 36 now. So they have closed it a bit. And when I lose all of these units, they'll have closed it a fair bit more. And one of my elite units is gone.
Defeat seems almost certain.
Yep, so the announcer is not too happy with the current predicament we're in, but yeah, he's not taken into account that the gate is blocked. Oh wait, sorry, is that plus the team that I just saw? Have I been lying? No, No, it's not. Just thought I read the word ballista. Goblin trackers here. They've been stomped around on by the Mimikill, no doubt. Oh, they'll hurt they'll hurt my thieves, no doubt. But no, we're all back. Not too worried about what's left here. If some sharpshooters can still run on away, then that's great. But we still have almost 60. Well, we still have more than 60% of our army left, and we have 60% of our army left to guard 2 entrances, which is a very daunting task for the attackers to carry out. Actually, sorry, no, we've got almost 80% of our army left to guard two defensive points. So it's this is why I do think it is important to have some rules when it comes to, you know, defenders are not allowed to fall back to certain positions until they've lost certain percentages of their army. Now I know you can game that, just bring bunches of fodder, but it's still, it stops things like on Thranduil's Hall, just having hundreds of men guarding a single entrance. I got my Hearthguard opening fire. I'm not really too worried about what they fire upon right now. Definitely would like to get some flag rim kills, but hopefully just anything. Shooting anything from the back, which I think I was trying to do right there. Tharbad Warhammers still battling away, and they'd almost, if this unit wasn't there, they'd almost given themselves a path to freedom. So this is really, I kind of wish I realised that they were not going to get out and just left them in right from the start. Because they've done work here. They really have done quite well. More Guardians of Carndoom coming in though, and that will definitely spell the end for them. And I no longer have my best sort of troll killers, just as they bring all their trolls in. Now, yeah, so I'll slow it down really quite a lot, because I want to go through the attacking army here, and because this is a situation that, you know, this sort of thing is going to happen, and I just would like to know how to break it, really. They've got these flag rim, they've got a lot of elite rune infantry left, they've still got the Gamp rim, lots of Gamp rim, Scion rim there, good for morale, good for pushing. The Dragon's Wrath crossbowmen, great if they can get a shot. They've got the Witchers still as well. Back here, they've got the Blackguard, Hammerguard. Okay, yeah, no, they do have some elite units, of course. Blackwatch Legion, great in a fight. The Tribesmen there, good for throwing what you want in a siege. A lot of archers with lots of ammunition. Not really going to get a great shot. Not going to do a huge amount of damage, even if they get a shot, but hey. The Angmar Halberdiers there. All the Trolls. Yeah, they've not lost a single Troll unit. And the Shadow Guard. Yeah, so Pikes. So I guess a lot of Phalanx, quite a few Elites, Trolls, and a lot of really messy things if they can get them into a proper position to fire. Now, what they've got to face off against is us with a very sturdy defensive line here. The Radrim Spears, we can lose them for days. We've got hundreds of them, we don't care. The real defensive line are the Beast Tamers. On this side, we've got the Garrison Footmen, and just a lot of very good guys. And along with body piercing and armor piercing weaponry to throw. So I guess, like, at this point in people's minds, like, has this battle been lost? Is there anything that can be done here? Or yeah, like, generally, like, how would you try to deal with this? Because we've got the flag rim up here, and just, if we're waiting for them to just build up, and then we throw at them. I've got my thieves. They get their trolls in. I think we're waiting for the trolls before we throw things. Yeah. And now, an issue here. I had my general in the Hearthguard of Amansul, and he's blocked now. Now he can't. There's no door on this side, so if you're on this side, you're stuck. Now, so I was a bit stupid. I tried to get him back as they were running up. Couldn't, and my general is right. Oh, it's hard to see him. You can see his little red cape though. There he is. So yeah, my general's right there going toe to toe with a troll of Angmar. So that's a bit scary. Really should have just left him there, waited until the coast was clear, and then pulled him around. But hey, he's in the thick of it now. So I keep trying to drag him through, but he's got to get through this. He's got to get through the trolls. It ain't happening. We've got the champion Afrat though there to back him up, and these trolls are falling. That was, what, 2 volleys from these javelins? We've got lots more to come. We've got lots of body piercing. I've still got my Dunedain Rangers remaining. Sharpshooters, they're out of ammunition, of course. The Gatekeepers, they've got ammo. I'm just looking for a good position to put them in. Now you could argue I personally think the only way that they could break through this defense right now is if they all came in as one. Now that's going to lead to a lot of body piercing damage. Now I'm not saying all come in at one as in one big blob, but I'm saying they've got no reinforcements on standby here for these Flagrem and these trolls. There's nothing more. The Urukai infantry are battling away. This is good. This is a good use to just like kill our fodder there, which is a decent quality unit of infantry. Just gonna open the door for my cat.
Our foolish general has thrown his life away, and perhaps our chances of victory with it.
Hey, yeah. So she was actually quite a good cat. She wasn't too loud today. So I've got my troll, my thieves just going toe to toe with the trolls right now. You know, they're expendable right now. There's only 11. I just think that with them losing access to the main gate, I just don't see how they do this. I don't see how you break it. Every time they get a unit, yeah, you see this. The problem is these units are arriving and wavering because of just the sheer mass of troops we've got here. That's very intimidating for your units. And if you don't have a mob right behind them, then they're going to break. Now, a mob is coming, but I just think they should have waited until they had everything lined up in this area. I don't really know what that area of Helm's Deep is called. And or lined up along the wall, just to be morale support. You see, this is... Have I lost my general already? Did I lose him while I was away? Because I would be running him back right now if... Oh, don't come down there. I saw them go down that passageway. No, I must have lost him, because I would have run him back now. Yeah, he definitely was killed by a troll. So, yeah, I think I see his red cape somewhere mixed in amongst that. So some Minheriath archers really just using up their ammo on anything lightly armored. These Shadow Guard were generally my target because no shields. I don't really know the armor quality of the Shadow Guard, but you're seeing them drop in just from random shots, so it can't be too much. Definitely more effective in an actual melee fight. And yeah, I think we'll start to sort of speed it up, because now they do start to pack up a bit more and get a bit more organised. Because yeah, it's just they've still got archers. These guys are not firing. Do they have ammo? They do have ammo. Like the whole thing is kind of even shooting up and over. You're not going to get many kills. You're not going to get many kills at all, but you've got 3 full units here, and I would be very tempted to try and use their ammunition, because this is not a fun position to fight through. See more Flagrem coming up. They do have support. I know. I'd like to know from the boys how much communication there was, because during an attack, I know it's not a fun like press T, team chat, type in what you want. It's not a fun way to communicate with people, but it's still like you've got to do it. You've got to have a plan. And maybe they were chatting away. I just have no idea. These Flagrem are running out now because we've got the Scion Rim. You know, I'd be tempted to make sure the Scion Rim are right there. Whenever you're making a push, the Scion Rim need to be right behind it. And a lot of shuffling around is being done here. But yeah, so as I say about goods, right? So he is firing. They do seem to just be firing all of their arrows now, even though it's coming very inaccurately. A lot of these Haraj units are poor armor. A lot of the boys that we need to hold this position, the pikes and the halberds, well, there's no halberds really. So this is some good shit. Yeah, that's actually much better shots than I expected. Yeah, so damn. See, I'd want to use up, because I just don't think you're gonna be able to get a good shot with your archers from this point on. So your best option is to try and just use every arrow in your quiver before moving up, because it's just any attempt to whittle down our defenses so that when you make that explosive push, we've got fewer men there. Even if it's just like 10 less bloomin' beast tamers, it's something. You've used your arrows instead of just like ending the game with full quivers, which is always just a painful thing. Unless you win, of course. But yeah, and shooting down here, this is fodder. This is what we want you to waste your ammunition on. But just killing these guys is important. One, this is good. This is a good guardian, actually. I did not spot this. He's killing. Oh no! He took out like 4 guys. Damn. Yeah, I did not spot him. That was good. More flag rim coming up. These guys are right when you come back. Oh, nicely actually. But the champions in Afrat, flag rim are not going to be able to beat them, and we're not going to use any of our ammunition because we know that the champions in Afrat. Oh, saying that. Okay, no, we are using some of our ammunition. It's a straight out lie. But yeah, you're seeing. They're doing all right. More archer fire coming in. See, some of these beast tamers are dropping. Guardians of Cardoom. See, this is where, like, say if they had a unit of Uruk-hai Raiders left. This would be great to just send the Uruk-hai Raiders in to just go to toe with these spears, because this is a tempting target for our javelins. It looks really nice, actually. Just all the little, they look like little balloon, well, just glitter, just like coming across the screen. It's nice. Yeah, I think that would be my plan. Use up all of our arrows, bunch up together, and then just get stuck in and just try to break. Get the Scion Rim, if there's any good and bad guard left, just push, just break our lines, scatter us about, and just start hammering away. Get the Shadow Guard in last, because they'll be like, when people are in utter chaos, the Shadow Guard can then come in. And yes, it's probably just going to end with everybody you push in there just getting covered in javelins, but I just, you know, like, that's kind of what's going on right now. Like, we're not using up enough ammunition on these attacks. Uruk-hai infantry there. Why are these spearmen doing so well? They should be getting cut to pieces. I guess they're just receiving fire support, more fire support than I thought. Like, keep in mind we've got 2 units of demons in the desert, so that is fear. The Hashari Shadow is there, moving up. We've got catapults. To be honest, that catapult messy as well. Gatekeepers, kind of just hanging back. Just don't want to use their ammunition if I don't have to right now. Quathlo Trackers, I've got them saving their ammo just for blob attacks. Tribesmen as well. Like, the issue with the tribesmen is they've got to get a clear line of fire, and they're just not going to be able to get one. We're not going to let them get one. So maybe, to be honest, even though it seems like such a waste of their ammo, and it really is, maybe having a unit of Baltroth tribesmen take out the Haradrim spears there, just to get rid of that initial blocker that we hold, could have been what was useful. Ah, the Shadow Guard. No, see, the Shadow Guard are exactly what we want to just be minced with arrow fire. But I don't think he's got much left. I think Rune has really been throwing a lot of his boys in, and that's not like saying that that's not saying his teammates are letting him down. Definitely not. But I'm just saying, you know, he's taken a good brunt of this initial attack in order to try and use up our ammo, and I think he maybe needs to hold for a bit. These crossbows as well. It would be greatly upsetting to have a crossbow fire up and over, but maybe that's what you need to do here. Just get your crossbows lined up along this wall and just up and over, right into our like dismounted serpent guard or something, or demons of the desert just loosed a volley. Oh, right into the... Yeah. This must have been terribly frustrating. As I say, this is why I was like so resistant to post this one up. It's just I've just really been struggling to get content recently. Like I've played a lot of games, and they've played a lot of really fun games, but they've either just you know, it's either crashed out, or it's just not really an enjoyable watch, I don't think. So I really wanted to get something out. At this rate, you know, the next battle replay I do will be from Cimmerillion Total War or something silly like that. But yeah. Hammer Guard are up here. Very skilled unit. Very heavy armor piercing unit, which the troll men don't care about. Actually, I don't really know about trollmen armor. Maybe they're just flesh to give them an extra armor bonus. Right, so they've broken through our initial sort of spearman force there, and they're engaging the pipeline now. Now this is great, but once they engage see, I feel that like as soon as you're going to be engaged in the pipeline, you need to do it hard, because you need to be breaking through that pipeline. They have a lot of pike units, is the thing, but they don't want to move those pikes up, because our javelins are just going to tear through them. So, yeah, I always look at them. I just love the blooming captain of the Wardens Tirangorthad. I think it looks really cool. But, Urukai infantry. You see, even if the Urukai infantry like pushed up and made contact with this with the Beast Tamer line, they're gonna get poked to pieces. Some more trolls have appeared. Saying that these beast hunters have used up their ammo. So we are, you know, we there's a lot of dead demons there. So I saw a dead demon. Whew. I don't know how much ammo they've got left, but they've thrown at least sort of 3 or 4 volleys now, and they can't have much. Those beast hunters, yeah, as I said, they're the same. They have ammo. A lot of pikes in reserve here, ready to fill the gap. Yeah, it's just manpower. Just got so much manpower for this stage. I really should have had more of my men dying out here, I think. Yeah, I should have had the Dunedain captains out here. I should have had some of my Menhiriast spears, and maybe even did I have 2 units of sharpshooters? I don't know. Maybe even had the gatekeepers out here, and that would have just been, yeah, a full unit of men at arms. Could have popped them on at the front line. Just left all my pikes back here, you know. Yeah, done my part then, but would have just left us with a few less units. Some of the surviving Starbound Warhammers have returned. Again, I saw the trolls move in. I wanted to deal with the trolls, so I had they're fighting their way through right now. They might not be too keen to go toe to toe with the trolls, but yeah. The Blackguard, you're seeing a Witcher there. Is that a Witcher or is that just a cannon? That is a Witcher. He is trying to get him into a good position. And I definitely didn't spot it. A lot of shadows firing in from the front of heavily armed units with shields. They're going to do okay, but still it's body piercing. That was a Witcher down. Yeah, I don't know how many Witchers are left. I'm seeing one there. Gosh, they look creepy, don't they? There's one Witcher left. He is a thrower, but damn, nah. I don't know what I would have done with the Witchers. The Witchers could have been, had the Witchers gotten off one shot, and I'm talking one man with one shot right down this line. That could have been game changing. So I see why he put them in. Right, so this is the push. This is the type of push that I was kind of talking about. And you know, I'm not saying they waited too. I don't think they waited too long to do it, because they wanted to use our ammunition. That was a sensible thing to do, and they did use a lot of our ammo. I think that we provided them with, or we forced them into an unwinnable situation. But we're still seeing arrow fire coming down. You know, like we've given you a really crap hand. And, you know, if we're complaining about you taking too long to attack, then, yeah, like, that's not under us to complain about. Because, you know, if you want to use up all of your arrows before you attack, I think that is up to you. And, maybe they should have, but... Oh, hell! Oh, hell, okay. Good man, he's getting off another volley! Whoa, okay, very cool. I'm firing. I think I've got all my gatekeepers target him right now. Every single gatekeeper on the planet. But, oh my goodness, that is really cool actually. Yeah, he gets executed, but he got 2 shots. Damn. Like, I think if you got him into a position, you would have just wanted to fire. Fire at whoever you could fire. Because there would have been units blocking this. Because you wanted to go right through the front of this pipeline, but these are dead pikes, these are dead Hashari shadows. Definitely would have panicked us. You know, it panicked me when I was watching it. But so that's fair, okay. Pikemen have moved up, as I say, just minced by Hashari shadows. Trolls of the White Hand coming in now. Southron pikes are AP, which helps them when they're stabbing away at trolls, but Eastern crossbows. The berserkers here, definitely don't want to expose them to arrow fire. Dragon's Breath Guildsmen, they can throw oh god, oh they all just dropped probably Demons of the Desert fire. Yeah, that's a shame. It looked like a blood explosion because of their red capes. God damn it. Yeah. No, so the chanting I think is a good plan. The chanting is something that would have been great if that was being done all the way through, just so that the fodder boys were standing there and taking as much fire as possible. But I just think, yeah, no, I think now the guildsmen, I don't know if it could have changed much even. But yeah, so that's sort of the end of it there. Bit of mucking about. Let's find a nice position, just set while I chat shit. There we go. Yeah, I think that like, because yeah, I genuinely would like to know like how if I'm attacking Helm's Deep before, because people I never saw people do this before the new version of the game. So I didn't play on Helm's Deep too much though, to be honest. So it might have been something you could do in the previous version, and you just, you know.
Good tidings.
But I just see it a lot now. You know, just about every Helm's Deep I've been playing on last month. One of the defenders went Harad and blocked up the door. So I think I hope that's something that gets fixed in the hotfix when all the maps are repaired. But if it's not, then that's a shame. But yeah, I mean, if it's not, then how do you tackle it? How do you what do you do in that situation to actually just pierce through Helm's Deep when you're only given this entrance here and this entrance here? Now, as I say, the reason I didn't want to upload that because I do feel kind of crappy about it. It wasn't a very nice fight. It wasn't at the end of the day, you know, we play this game to have fun. And I don't think the attackers were having too much fun. You know, I wasn't having too much fun toward the end of it. But yeah, I think I would have loved to have stayed out there and just fought for the deeping wall, because that was, for me, that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed defending the deeping wall, and I think I did a pretty good job of it. I could have been a lot more on point with my crossbow fire, but had I had my gatekeepers out there, had I had my unit of donating captains out there and that other unit of men at arms, I think I could have held that wall for a really damn long time. And I think that would have, but even then, like, it wasn't me that was actually difficult to break through. It was the Harad javelins. So it was, you know, that was the kicker. Once they pierced through, but once they were trying to pierce through here. So I think even if I had lost, to be honest, I think even if I had lost 100% of my forces defending the deeping wall, I think that because of what had been done there, I think Bella could have held that position pretty much by herself. But yeah, might be wrong in that. But like I say, I'm just not. I prefer when I attack. Like, that's why I like defending cityscapes rather than actual forts, or that's why I like attacking cityscapes rather than actual forts. It feels more less abusable than these sorts of, you know. But Helm's Deep is an incredible fortress. You know, in the lore, it's an incredible fortress, so it makes sense that it's very tough to attack. It should be tough to attack. It should be very tough to attack. That's the main reason I want to do this, just to what could an attacker do? If you expect that strategy as well, like this thing, if you expect that strategy to happen, what do you bring in your army? What units do you take? And then in addition to that, once you're actually on the field, like I made sure to have a quick run through looking at what the attackers had left in their army. So if somebody out there thinks that they could win, if they were one of the attackers, like because if I'm totally honest, I don't think I could have done it. You have a team. If I took over every single person there and all of their units, I could not have made a scratch. I don't think. But if I'm missing something that could have been done, then I would really appreciate being told about it. We've still got a few thousand frames of just us chasing around, because I had done this. I kind of wanted the ending battle screen, so we just chased everybody off and finished it. Because one of the attackers left the game, because I you know, like, without admitting defeat, I understand his frustration for sure. You know, like, I get that. I definitely don't blame him for that. So we've just got to go around and chase his army away. But I might do a cut here, just to cut straight to the end, because I can't think of anything more to talk about, I'm afraid. Apart from, I guess, some early in Total War, I could chat some crap about that for a bit. I'm pretty excited about that. But I'd say I don't know much more than anybody else does right now. So I'm just excited to see. For sure, like, I've mentioned it a few times now, but like, the first stage is not something I know all that much about. So this is a good reason for me to actually go and research what the heck goes on. I know kind of, I do know what happens, but I don't, I couldn't name anybody. I couldn't name any factions, really. Like, I read through the faction list for it, and I just absolute mind blank. So I'm as lost as everybody else. But well, I'm lost to some people. I'm sure many people actually do know what's going on. But I want to go and I want to research it a bit, just so that because I like to pick factions not just because of playstyle. I like to pick factions because of the lore behind them and so on. Like,
The enemy are
um,
utterly vanquished.
when I started
This
playing
is a
Third
great
Age,
victory worthy of only the mightiest of generals.
so like when I started playing Third Age, I had no idea what Cardinal was. I knew about Arnor. I knew lots about Arnor, but I didn't know like what Cardinal was. And so that was a big. But then I started to play them because I liked the aesthetic of them, and I liked the playstyle. But then I started to learn the lore about them, and I grew more attached to them. But I kind of preemptively go and think about, oh yeah, I really like this group. I can't even name any of the groups right now. So yeah, I'll that would be quite nice. Um, I'll go through my kills. A lot of these will be kind of difficult. I'll mainly focus on the guys that would defend the deep wall, like these sharpshooters for sure. Like that's yeah, like the gatekeepers could have been there. They could have killed way more than that because they are good in melee too. The Hearthguard, I could have had the Hearthguard down there and amongst the thick of it too, and they're good archers, so that would have been nice. Minhariath archers, I would have liked it. Minhariath archers were getting good shots. I would have liked to see them get more kills. I always just I take them because they've got a shield and they're archers, but so they've got longer range than the crossbows. But man, like I don't know, I always just get a bit disappointed. Maybe I'm just so used to using crossbows. I try to use archers like crossbowmen, and it just doesn't work out. The Guathlo trackers up there, they did okay. They really didn't have many things to shoot at. I kind of just left all the shooting to Bella's javelins and kind of held off. Dunedain Rangers didn't fire. Like I think they fired a volley. That's why like all the losses they took were to the Rune Archers. That was some good shooting on their part, taking them out. So I just fell them back and just like when the opportunity arose, I was going to get them up on the wall and open fire. Wardens of Tyr and Gorthad, again, they barely got engaged. They got moved up to the front line right at the end, and that was it. The Garst Footmen, one of them racking up 223 kills. That was that was on the wall. I did not engage after that with my footmen, so I'm really chuffed about that. That's awesome. Again, would have been mostly Uruk-hai raiders, but still, Dunedain captains, they got mixed in toward the end. So that's yeah, but should add them. Tharbad Wormers, yeah. I just say they could have done more. I genuinely think they could have killed a lot more than that if they had been left. If I hadn't tried to pull them out, if I had let them just fight away to the end, I think that they could have racked up a sizable amount more kills. Because it was me trying to run them around that got them killed because they stopped fighting. They tried to just push through enemy units. That was silly. It wasn't. I had 2 units of thieves. Whoops. Whoops. When your unit is like stealthy enough that you forget about it, I guess. That's dumb on my part. Sorry about that. I was probably looking at I probably had 2 units of thieves actually answering the call of the Barrow-wights immediately. That's why they held out so well. Yeah, I think probably. Oops. Oh well. That happens. 2 units of bandits there. I'd love bandits to be slightly better in melee. Again, I'd love them to be slightly better in melee and just make them more expensive. But that's just me. I know I'm really bad at balancing. This is what I would personally want. Menhariath, Men at Arms, 2 of them there, racking up some good kills on those walls, killing off a lot of the Uruk-hai fodder, and doing okay up against the Uruk-hai like skilled units too, I'm sure. And then the final one there kept inside. Mercenary guildsmen just barely fighting. Hey dude, mercenaries ain't gonna go die if they don't have to. And the spearmen there did good. So yeah, all in all, biggest regret, should have defended the deeper wall. That was my most enjoyable point in the fight, and it would have been good. But no, and you see all these kills, like they were all just mincing people when they were breaking through. So I don't think that I was needed. I should have lost pretty much everybody outside the deepening wall, and then just I think Bella could have held that by herself. Apart from that, yeah. Thank you very much.